What's up, guys? I'm Jeff, the founder of Worldwide Cyclery, and today I am in Golden, Colorado at the Yeti Cycles headquarters because Yeti has some amazing new bikes to show us. Let's check it out. So that's the showroom at the Yeti Cycles headquarters. Now let's go check out what we're here for. The most important bike of everything for 2019 is the SB150. Just look at how amazing this thing is. So this is Yeti's new long travel 29er that replaces their SB 5.5, which is no longer for 2019. The SB150, as you might have guessed, has 150 millimeters of rear wheel travel and comes spec'd with 170 millimeter travel Fox 36 up front. So right off the bat, it's 10 millimeters more travel front and rear when comparing it to the SB 5.5. The next big noticeable difference here is the water bottle. So the 150 now has room for a water bottle in the front triangle. All the haters can rejoice over that one because there's now no more putting your bottle on the underside of the down tube on your Yeti. So what else is different between these two bikes? Well, almost everything. The seat tubes are much shorter across all sizes to accommodate longer travel dropper posts. The 150 now comes in a size small, whereas the 5.5 was only available from medium to XL. The 150 is available in small to XL. The top tube length didn't change much between the two bikes. However, the reach got way longer on the 150 versus the 5.5. It's around 40 millimeters longer across all sizes. Along with the reach growing a ton, the seat tube angle is now much steeper at 77 degrees on this 150. A steeper seat tube angle makes a huge difference in how efficient a bike climbs and how it feels when climbing, as it really affects your body position on the bike while seated and putting power into those pedals. It was the first thing I noticed when I started climbing on the bike. The steeper seat tube made a huge difference in the best way possible.
Climbing, absolutely impressed right now with this SB150. I think the seat tube angle being this steep seriously puts this thing in just a good position when climbing and makes it feel so much more efficient uphill than you'd think a bike with this weight and this amount of travel would have. And that's coming from a shorter guy saying that. A taller guy, where it really makes a difference, having that steep seat tube angle, is going to be very, very happy when they try this bike out for the first time.
The front center is much longer on these bikes, and the chainstays are actually 4 millimeters shorter. The wheelbase is way longer on these things from the 150 to the 5.5. It's about 55 millimeters longer per size. So that longer wheelbase has a lot to do with the head angle, which is now 64.5 degrees versus the 5.5 at 66.5. You may be thinking 2 degrees is a massive change in head angle, and it is, but what makes it work well is the change in fork offset from the traditional 51 to the new 44. A lot of people are starting to figure out, when I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of bike companies are starting to figure out that the new 44 mil offset on forks allows you to run a much slacker head angle, and that slacker head angle gives you all sorts of advantages going down, especially just on the steepest, rockiest terrain. You're going to have huge advantages with a slack head angle, but the 44 mil offset still allows the bike to handle properly when you're climbing it at slow speeds trying to turn sharply. So imagine climbing up a switchback at slow speed and having to turn the bike really sharply. You're still able to handle the bike in those situations just as good as you were before, but you've got a way slacker head angle giving you the advantages on the downhill. So I won't ramble on too much longer about all the specs and the geometry of this thing. If you check the link below the video, we've got a blog post where it's extremely thorough and we go into all of the details for all of the new bikes and the changes for 2019 that Yeti has made, with price points, available colors, build spec, everything you could possibly imagine. It was so much fun riding the 150, and I'm still amazed at how much better it felt than a 5.5. And the 5.5 is an incredible bike, but there are just so many little changes to the 150 versus the 5.5 that add up to making a really big difference. And you kind of just have to ride the bike to see what I mean there. But the biggest things, the C-tube angle, the head angle, the fork offset, the shorter chain stays, I could go on, but you've just got to ride the thing to really grasp how much all of those changes made a positive difference in making that bike that much more efficient uphill and capable downhill. Now for the 2019 SB5, Yeti's mid-travel 27.5-inch wheeled bike. There are no huge changes to this bike for 2019, but most notably is the new rear triangle, which has been redesigned to fit up to a 2.8-inch rear tire. The chainstay length remains the same, but now with the bike able to fit a 2.8-inch rear tire, there is no longer an SB5 Plus in the lineup. Long live the SB5 Plus. R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah. The other notable change is that for 2019, the SB5 is now coming with a 150mm travel Fox 36 instead of the 150mm travel Fox 34, which it came with in previous years. Build kits are also spec'd with 2.6-inch tires front and rear across the line. The SB5 Lunch Ride is still around and still coming with a 160mm travel Fox 36 up front. The frame is the same as the other SB5, but the Lunch Ride part really refers to the build kit. Along with the longer travel fork than a normal SB5, the Lunch Ride variant also comes with a Fox DPX2 rear shock as opposed to the Fox DPS, which is spec'd on the normal SB5s. Those few changes, along with some others regarding the build kit, are what makes it the Lunch Ride variant. The SB5 Betty is still around for 2019 and in a new colorway, and also coming with a Fox 36 rather than a 34 like before. The Betty variant of the SB5 is women specific, has a different top tube for a much lower standover, suspension tuned for a lighter weight rider, and build kit spec'd with a lady in mind. And now for the 2019 SB6, Yeti's long travel 27.5 enduro bike. The bike still has 152mm of rear wheel travel, but now has a 170mm travel Fox 36 fork as opposed to the 160 like before. The 170mm travel fork has a reduced offset going from 44 to 37mm. This bike was already super slack to begin with a 65.5 degree head angle, but now it's at 64.9 with this 170 fork up front. Similar to the new SB150, Yeti made the head angle slacker here and reduced the offset on the fork to achieve better handling going up and down. Now available in that amazing silver color, which I'm really glad they brought back because it looks awesome, as well as turquoise instead of just black and turquoise. Another notable change is the tunneled internal tubes for the cable routing. This is an incredibly good change that I really like because when you're building these things or working on these things and replacing a cable, it makes it much smoother. These frames used to come with a Fox DPX2 rear shock on all of them, but now you get a Fox Factory X2 if you buy the Turk Series frame alone or any of the Turk Series build kits. So that's about it for the SB6. And now for the SB100. This bike was released in April of 2018, and I believe it was classified as a 2019 model year upon release. So no notable changes here other than Yeti announcing these bikes now have a lifetime warranty, along with all other 2019 bikes and bikes moving forward. More about that in a minute. There is now a new GX Eagle build kit, which will make the SB100 start at a $4,999 price point rather than a $5,999 price point. The other build kits have some minor changes to their spec as well. Check the blog post for more details on that. All the build kits are still coming with a Fox 34 step-cast fork. We recently did a review on the 34 step-cast, so check that out if you're interested in that fork specifically. The SB100 Betty version is still around, of course, and it also comes with that additional GX Eagle build kit, which starts at $4,999, which is $1,000 less than those bikes started before. So other notable things for Yeti coming into 2019, they now have lifetime warranty on all 2019 bikes. That includes the SB100s that were released earlier this year. Things we're not a huge fan of regarding the 2019 lineup. 175 cranks on all of the build kits. I'm not really sure why Yeti spec'd 175 cranks on some of these bikes, especially the 150. A long travel 29er with such a low bottom bracket. When I rode that thing, I rode it for probably an hour and a half, and I must have smashed my pedal into the ground a dozen times. I don't understand 175 cranks on bikes these days with how low they are. I think it should be 170, but that's just my opinion and a gripe that I have with the new 2019 build kits. And we're also not sure what happened to the 4.5. We didn't really see anything to replace it as far as a mid-travel 29er goes. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Did Yeti miss anything? Do you love the new 150? Do you love the changes to the existing bikes? What are some gripes that you might have? Hit us with all your comments below and let us know what you think. And if you've watched the video this far and you are still listening, you should seriously just subscribe to our YouTube channel because we post a lot of good mountain bike content, and if you're still watching, you're gonna like the rest of our channel. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys in the next one.